Good morning. I noticed how grainy my screen is. It's because it's dark. It's a foggy Monday morning here in South Central PA. Do you kind of worry about your gut sometimes? You have heartburn and stuff? Maybe trouble going to the bathroom? That's what I want to talk about this morning. Hi, I'm Johnny B from South Central PA. And welcome. I want to focus this week on health because it's so important. And I'll tell you the reason. I have a dear friend of mine that's just gone through some bowel problem, gut problems, and he's still recovering. Hi, Kathy. How are you doing? It's good to see you. He's still recovering and looking for answers. And anyway, I heard a story yesterday at church about a woman who's a marathon runner and just got really sick, and they found out that a large portion of her large intestine is not even working. And hey, it's a common thing. Okay, I'll just move on. Chad, you the man, buddy. I know that you know about gut health. All right, I'm gonna just cover a few bits and pieces, but what I want you to know is that I've done a training. I have a video. This is something I've studied a lot about. I'm not an expert. I've probably cracked the tip of the iceberg, but the things that I've studied has made sense. I did a webinar several months ago. It's about 45 minutes or so. It's pretty intensive, and but I just touch on the basics of gut health. And if you're interested, if you're suffering from something like that, if you're interested, just drop a note below, and I can send that to you. It'd be better on an email maybe. It's a YouTube video. I can link it in Messenger or whatever. Anyway, feel free to view that, and you'll probably have more questions after you watch it. But here's what I want you to know. People are sick. Americans are sick because our diet stinks. And so one of the things that we've got to do is start taking better care of our intestinal health. And so if you're suffering with slow bowels, if you're suffering with lethargy, lack of energy, heartburn, reflux, if you're suffering from these things that are coming from your digestive system, you really need to wake up and pay attention, because before long it can really turn into something bad. Okay, good morning, Linda. Hi, Ron. So gut health is so important, and we're not taught this stuff by our doctors. And I love doctors. I think their intent is to help us. They can't be everything to us, guys. We have to go out and do the research on our own. So gut health, our guts are, the small intestine has very few microbes in it. The small intestine is what your stomach empties into, and the small intestine is designed to pull the nutrients out of the food that is easily accessible, and that's why your stomach uses acid to break it down. As we get older, the stomach acid is not so strong, and the enzymes that are in our stomach are not so many. And so as we get older, the first tip I'd like to tell you is that taking a digestive enzyme with every meal is such a big, huge deal. And it can really help you. So that's tip number one, digestive enzymes at mealtime. The small intestine will take, first of all, it'll take glucose out of all the starchy foods and sugary foods that you eat. And then, of course, what happens is your pancreas releases insulin to take the sugar and plug it into your muscles for energy. And what you don't use in your muscles for energy, it will store, and it'll store it in your fat cells, and it'll store it in your muscle cells, and it'll store it in your liver. And there's a lot of people suffering from fatty liver disease, and that's one of the causes, is too much starch and sugar. Okay, that's another subject. Gut health. when your food travels into the large intestine, that's when all these bacteria, and scientists tell us now that we have over 3 pounds of bacteria and fungus but a virus, good virus, all these good bugs that take and break down the food into particles small enough to pass through our intestine wall, which is 1 cell thick, into our bloodstream to feed every cell of our body. That's how it works. We know that. Okay, so what happens? What is gut distress? Basically, what happens is we eat a terrible diet of processed foods, and most vitamins and nutrients are removed and then artificial ones are put back in. Processed foods have no flavor, they taste like cardboard, and so the food manufacturers add sugar, many times, sugar and wheat products into every processed food. And so first of all, we're getting bombarded with wheat when our ancestors only ate, I don't know, a limited amount of bread, and it was a different grain. The grain that we grow now is different. Okay, so the one thing that you need to know is gluten is very inflammatory to your gut system. And so with our processed foods, we're having gluten and wheat all the time, and it inflames our intestines. And we're not really feeding our bodies the 29 essential vitamins and minerals that our body must have. And most of the food we eat that is processed is dead, so there's no live enzymes going in there. So man, we are really stacking the deck against ourselves. And so tip number 2, whether you call it paleo or logi or keto or whatever you call it, I'm going to give you a tip for your diet. Fruits and vegetables and meat products. I mean animal products that are grass-fed. No hormones, no antibiotics, no corn-fed. Okay? That's the simplest. I can break it down to that. Eat what your ancestors ate. Eat what God has provided, and that's mainly vegetables, some fruits in season, and animal products from animals that are raised the way they should be. Cows eat grass. They don't eat corn. They eat grass. Chickens scratch around and eat bugs and rocks and seeds. That's what they do. Let them do that and give you eggs, and their meat will be pure, like God wants us, or designed it, I should say. Okay, so here's tip number 3. If you are in distress, and if your bowels are so inflamed that you're not drawing any nutrients from your food, here's something you can do to start your gut healing. First of all, and I'm not a doctor. You can ask your doctor and he won't agree with me, but just consider it and do your own research. But I would do a fast. I would do a fast, and I would get on bone broth. Buy some good grass-fed bones, whether it be chicken, pork, or beef. Cook them for 24 hours, very slowly, to draw the minerals out of the bones, and use that as the base for your diet for a few weeks. Now, along with bone broth, which is very important, aloe vera, pure aloe vera, is very healing to the gut. And you should be taking aloe vera several times a day. If you have questions about that, let me know. I can tell you what we suggest. Aloe vera, and there's another anti-inflammatory plant that grows in South America called cat's claw. It's super healing for the gut. Those 2 products, along with bone broth, to start out, will really help your the inflammation in your gut go down. Now, here's the one thing that people don't want to do. They don't want to take supplements. But I guarantee you that if you're having gut distress, if you're having any kind of digestive problems, you're not getting the vitamins and minerals your body needs, and you're going to break down. They call them essential vitamins because they are essential to our health. Okay, so find the highest quality multivitamin you can find. I can help you with that. And get on them as you heal your gut. Um, now, what to stay away from? Please stay away from sugar. Stay away from sugar. Please stay away from your starchy vegetables for now. The things that grow underground, roots and tubers, like carrots and potatoes, even sweet potatoes here in the beginning. Stay away from grains. And you may want to even cut out dairy, because dairy can be inflammatory too to some people. Also, sometimes people have a reaction with eggs, so you may need to cut that out and start with something very minimal. I know that when your gut is distressed, you can't be eating a lot of vegetables right at first, because you don't have the biota in there to break it down, and you'll probably not like the outcome. So keep it simple and small in the beginning. I say bone broth. You know, your body is built to we're carnivores, so find some good meat. Eat a little bit of good grass-fed meat is acceptable. Find a good probiotic. I would suggest going natural if you can. If you can stand the taste of sauerkraut, find someone that makes it raw. Eat it raw. Kombucha is another thing you can do to put microbes back into your system. But just living life, going outside, getting in the dirt. Don't get rid of the antibacterial hand soap or body soap. We're just if you have city water that has chlorine in it, get a filter that takes the chlorine out. Those are some simple tips to get you started. Look, it's a process. It won't happen overnight. It's taken years for you to run your gut. So be patient and be vigilant, and pretty soon you'll feel better. You can add some other foods. You can do this, or you can have part of your lower intestine chopped out and start the process all over again. It's up to you. You can spend lots of money on nutritionists to tell you what I'm telling you right now, and to tell you what's on the good advice you can find if you study. I have some references you can use. Take your health into your own hands, and I'm telling you guys, if you're living a fast-paced life, and if you're doing the sheets and the quick trips and the 7-Elevens to get your meals and your nutrition and feeding your body with that, stop it. It's junk. If you're going to the middle aisles in your grocery store, stop it. It's junk. Let's get back to what our bodies are meant to eat. Plan your day. It takes time to be healthy, but just do it, because I'm telling you what, you'll regret it if you don't. It's more costly not to take care of your body than to invest in your body. All right, so that's all the time I have. Like I said, if you want to see my webinar that I did on gut health, there's some other stuff. There's some references at the end. Or if you'd like to work with me personally, I would love to help you. That's my passion, is to help people get healthy. And I'm always here for you. I wish you a great Monday. Think about it. You can start doing something now, or you can wait and pay later. It's really simple, but it's not easy. That's the thing. So anyway, I hope I've encouraged some of you to think about this, because it's no fun to be doubled over in pain and find out that your intestines are sick and have to come out. That's no good. We can fix it. It's never too late. All right, guys, my wish for you is that you dream big, work hard, love large, take awesome vitamins, and eat good whole foods, and be your best self now. I'll see you tomorrow.